reason why we decided to go with this album, Learning to Speak Human, it's very much that. I mean, it's us being humans. We basically deal with different kinds of emotions and different kinds of things that we deal through every day in life. And every song has got its own application in every facet of what we go through in life. And every song's got its own emotion and own personal experience that goes along with that. Learning to Speak Human is an album that has been so long in the works to try and get it out the way we wanted it. It wasn't until Steve Thompson came along and really brought to fruition the sound that we wanted to bring to do justice to the music that we've always had visions on bringing it out. The reason we went with Steve Thompson is purely because of his track record really identified a lot with the sounds that we were after. The proven track record that he had really brought a lot to the table, and being able to convince us that that was precisely what we were looking for, that final element, with the songs that we all believe so strongly in, and songs that identified with so much, not just in our lives, but a lot of people's lives. It's just a lot of content that really identified with so many things, not just incidents, but people. And Steve Thompson was able to bring that whole thing together and do it all properly with something that I think only Steve Thompson is able to really do. Learning to Speak Human is so important, not just to us, but I think to anyone who's going to be able to listen to it, because it reflects a place in time, and a place in time that identifies with anything that anyone has ever really gone through in life. We just brought to the table the advent of being able to do it musically, and with that, just letting everyone know that everyone goes through these things. It's okay to sometimes be down, sometimes be afraid, but there's always a positive outcome that comes out of anything that you may encounter. The name Learning to Speak Human came to me in the most innocent and purest of ways, where I was about to fall asleep and then suddenly awoke and said, "Learning to Speak Human." It was absolutely that simple, because we were going through so many songs, and a lot of bands write about girls or write about politics and stuff like that. But we were really dealing with a lot of emotions on this album, and I think that the bottom line comes down to saying that you're only human when you're able to go through something and be able to deal with it, either surpass it, surrender to it. I think the bottom line is that everyone has a human excuse, if you will. I think we sometimes try to be beyond our means, and the fact that we are able to surrender that and understand that it's just a part of life and a part of anything allows us to come to that conclusion. And I think that name applies perfectly to every single song that's going on in this album. The band has been together now for about 3 years and really focusing to get ourselves into the proper markets. We've had the benefit of using two different markets, our Portuguese roots backgrounds and English backgrounds. So with the amount of time we've been together, I think it's really come to really benefit us a lot in using that to our advantage. The band has become much more than anything I ever anticipated it to become. The band is collectively a family, best friends, a working environment, and very productive, and essentially bringing to the table everything needed and required to get to the ultimate goal, which is get the music to everybody, the music out to the people. One of the things that this band has always prided itself on is being able to write songs that are a testament to what everyone believes in. In that, I mean, I've always believed that these songs are something that has to stand the test of time. Something that's not written for the moment, but something that will be able to apply many years down the line. It brings to light a lot of the things that we have. A lot of friends, I think, that always try to shine a little more than they really are, and which is always something that's not necessary. I think everyone always appreciates a down-to-earth, proper, real attitude that anyone has. And when someone goes out of their way to try and fit in a little more than they should, I think they start looking a little ridiculous, and it's precisely what the song is about. Bringing out into the open how we should more along the lines be ourselves and really try to stay true to who we really are. Still is a song that's more personal to me. It's a moment of weakness and a moment of absolute surrender, and knowing what needs to be done, but feeling the burden of how hard things can be. I think it's almost, you hear a lot of that easier said than done theory, and I think when it applies to music, you're able to understand that a little more in a song like Still, that really explains how the emotions come out in that song. Someone who's just lost someone and is able to hear all the common sense that goes along with that, but understands very well how hard it is leaving everything behind and being able to move on with life after that point. Oh, and don't forget, check out the website at www.renosmusic.com. Hit it up, sign our guest book, check out the videos, pictures, music. There's a lot there for you. See you later.